This case is one of the worst intoxication manslaughters. It's on video where he plows into Mr. Addison, who's at a stoplight on a motorcycle, and while trying to get away, runs over him and the motorcycle again. I think the best we can do at this point is this man spent 50 years in prison where he cannot hurt anybody else due to his own selfish decisions.
And the fact that you are truly saying that you think you touched something and got PCP when you have had PCP cases over and over and over again, and you're on parole.
We're in Judge West's courtroom today, and the man being sentenced thinks the whole world should bend to him. He doesn't care about anyone but himself, and everything he does proves it. He's selfish, careless, and always causing problems. The sad part is that he should have faced real punishment long before this. The system kept giving him chances, and he kept hurting more people. Now someone has died because of him. Do you think the system failed the victim before this hearing even began? Let's get into the case.
And Mr. James was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the first-degree felony offense of intoxication manslaughter with a vehicle. I've received the pre-sentence report and also a supplemental memorandum from probation that includes several letters from the victim's family members. Has everyone had an opportunity to review all of that?
Yes, we have, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections to that pre-sentence report?
No, Your Honor, I just want to make the court aware Mrs. Addison, the deceased's wife, would have been here today to do victim impact. She had to go to the hospital yesterday. She's able to tune in, I believe, and watch us. The rest of Mr. Addison's family is here, and his mother is going to want to do victim impact at the end of sentencing.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nichols. Any witnesses with regard to sentencing?
No additional witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Lewis, you may make argument.
Okay. Judge, of course, this was a very tragic situation that has affected a lot of people. Of course, the decedent, Mr. Addison, his family, as well as Mr. James and his family. It was a situation where, this was a combination of a long substance abuse history of Mr. James. The assessment that's provided in the PSI here says that there was about a 20-year relationship between Mr. James and different substances over a period of time. The one thing I can say is that once Mr. James went through this situation with his accident, he has been doing everything he can to try to better himself. He has got his high school diploma. He's was baptized and has definitely changed his ways and going to his faith and continuing in that regard. He's also got some different certifications that he was able to receive dealing with OSHA. I think it was Men's University. Things of that nature to try to better himself, Judge. Now, it's no secret he does have a long criminal history. That even included dealing with PCP, which is the same substance that was involved in his accident. And as well as, other serious offenses. I do want to address something as far as I know there's some situations here dealing with the jail instances, and I know how the court proceeds or looks at the situation here dealing with those. Mr. James, if you look at these situations, majority of them did come from situations involving him and other inmates, as far as any type of fight or anything like that, which unfortunately some things he can't avoid. But as far as anything dealing with being disrespectful or anything towards jail employees or things of that nature, there's one situation I think that they were talking about that it wasn't an actual write-up, but it was notated. He has been a trustee over there for a period of time at the jail as well. Now, I do want to point out that, of course, some of those situations that Mr. James was able to do to better himself, of course, could definitely increase his earning potential.
Case is heartbreaking. His criminal record is full of mistake after mistake, but somehow he kept getting released. That's what makes this so frustrating. It was obvious he was dangerous, but nobody stopped him. Now a family has lost someone they loved, a father, a husband, a friend, all because the system didn't act when it should have. And what hurts most is this didn't have to happen. If the court had taken his behavior seriously earlier, he wouldn't have been driving high and killing someone. People say you can rehabilitate someone, but you can't fix a person who doesn't want to change. He ignored every chance to get better. And now he's acting sorry, but it feels like he's only sorry because the consequences finally hit him, not because he truly feels bad for the victim. His lawyer says he's trying to improve himself, wants to move near his brother for support after prison, and is willing to follow probation programs. The lawyer isn't asking for a specific sentence, just for the judge to be as lenient as possible. He says the defendant knows the accident was his fault and wants a chance to make things right. He even wrote apology letters to the victim's family and the court. The prosecutor says the man already got a break with a 50-year cap and wants the full 50 years. The crash was awful, caught on video, and the defendant ran over the victim twice, then tried to run away. He was already on parole for PCP cases and chose to drive high again. His criminal history is long: drug crimes, aggravated robbery, more drug charges, and now a deadly crash. The victim's family lost someone forever. The prosecutor says the man deserves zero mercy. He also calls the defendant's excuse, "I must have touched a bottle with PCP," unbelievable and insulting. That's why he wants the full sentence. Judge, simple version. The judge points out something else. This is his third DWI. He didn't learn in 2006. He didn't learn in 2017. He got probation once and messed that up too. She says she's relieved he pled guilty so the family didn't have to watch the horrible video. But she doesn't believe his story about touching a bottle. He has too many PCP cases for that to be true. She finds him guilty of intoxication manslaughter and gives him 50 years in prison. She explains the legal details, including his loss of gun rights. She says this whole thing is extremely tragic and preventable. His excuse about touching a bottle fooling nobody. His past is too long and too serious. The judge giving him 50 years was the correct choice. His selfish behavior destroyed a family, and it also makes you question how the system allowed someone with so many previous crimes to stay free. When a person's record looks like a giant warning sign, why are they still allowed to be out putting others at risk? The real question is, how many tragedies like this need to happen before the system finally changes? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.